Irina! Irina, wake up!
Dimitri? What are you doing here? Winnie could be back any moment.
No, that's just it. She's not back.
What?
She left the Blue Water.
She what?
She said she had something important to do and to go after her if she didn't come back soon. It's past soon, Irina. I'm starting to get worried.
Where did she go?
Towards the forest, I think. She asked me to trust her, and I did, but I'm starting to think I made a mistake.
No, Dimitri, you did the right thing. She's a big girl. However, the right thing now is to go and find her, quickly. We should split up and cover more ground. I'll take to the skies to see what I can find, but are you sure you want to go separate ways? Oh, come, Dimitri, have we not learned from the very best? Our heroes always split the party. Now, quickly, we must find her. Yes, princess.
Hey, Dungeoneers. Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of the Strahdcast. If you like what we do here, remember to follow us on YouTube or subscribe via your favorite podcast app to get notified every time we release new episodes. Thanks again, and take your listen with advantage.
When last we left our heroes, Winnie received a note from a nocturnal visitor, a letter from Anastraya asking to meet her in the woods beyond town with some urgency. Leaving the Blue Water after telling Dimitri to come find her should she not return, Winnie made her way to the dark forest beyond Vallaki. There, she found Anastraya, grievously wounded and on the verge of tears. Before she had time to question the young vampire, the trap she was an unwilling participant in was sprung. Strahd emerged from between the dark trunks of the forest, bidding Winnie to come with him to the castle. A desperate struggle ensued, with Winnie, in spite of it all, trying to keep Anastraya safe. Strahd's anger provoked, he seemed intent on doing Winnie great harm. That is, until Irina appeared in the forest, searching for her little sister. In order to save Winnie's life, Irina offered herself as a captive in her stead, to which Strahd eagerly agreed. Carrying the princess away in a maelstrom of bats, Winnie was left alone in the forest, with no one but the weeping Anastraya by her side. How will the rest of our heroes react to the loss of Irina? Find out now on the Strahdcast.
Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Shuffle off this mortal coil and transport yourselves to the far, foggy realm of Barovia.
I start pounding my fists and my axe into the ground.
Anastraya is just like her feet in like a fetal position up against the trunk of a tree, like running her hands through her hair, shaking her head, rocking back and forth.
Why did you do that?
He was going to kill my sister.
I know! Get inside!
What?
Get inside!
You want me to go with you?
Now! I swing my axe hard against the Othluke's resilient sphere that she's in, and I think it like pushes her back a couple of feet and like slams her into a tree. And I grab her by the hand and start dragging her off towards the Blue Water.
Do you want to go wake everybody up?
Yeah.
Go get them.
I have to pee! Okay, you can come up now. I have to drink something I got them. The precious friends you requested.
Trevor! What did you do? Chorus! Are we?
Did you tell them anything?
No.
Okay.
What did you do to our Winnie?
She didn't say a damn thing. She didn't tell us anything.
I
She
didn't
told us
say a
nothing.
damn thing.
Now she's gonna have the opportunity to tell you anything she wants to now.
You're good at this.
The three of us were just like trying to talk about stuff. We're all just like, have you guys tried playing? Literally, we're just like downstairs drinking a beer and we're just like talking about stuff, and all of a sudden we hear just like, no! And we go, so anyway.
This is why I love Helldivers, because...
For real.
Well, yeah, let's give Campbell a moment.
So, the rest of you all bed down for what you think is just going to be a little carousing, a little camaraderie. Well, most of us.
So it's not... So we didn't get along, Russ.
Not yet. Winnie, what do you want to do?
I am marching back to the Blue Water, like holding Anastraya's hand and marching her back over no matter how much she cries. And then when we get to the door, I'm going to throw her up against the door. This sucks! I worked so hard to get her back! And now I lost her and it's your fault!
Are you gonna kill me?
No, of course not! I like you and I'm sorry!
I think maybe all of you are
Perception check?
Give me a perception check.
That's a 15.
Kaz, if you think you're still up, make it with advantage.
Before you ask me to roll, I will tell you that my passive. Fuck, what's your passive? Is it just your bonus?
10 plus your perception skill.
Yeah.
So 15.
Sure, 15 will clear it.
I beat mine by 1.
Yeah,
It was a 14, so I beat it.
So then I think you hear this shouting, and it wakes you from your
And I
sleep.
sit up and I kind of look across the bed, and I think I see Olaf is in the opposite, I think we're in opposite corners. And I see Olaf, and I go, something's wrong. And I stand up and I grab my shield and my mace, and I'm in my nightgown, but I have my shield and my mace, and I'm heading down the stairs.
Wait. Take 5. Drink some water. Stay in that position.
What's going on?
Oh my god. Oh shit.
So, Winnie, as you're having this loud, I assume you're not trying to quiet your voice. Yeah.
No.
So you're having this loud conversation, and then you hear, and Dimitri appears right next to you. There you are. What happened? You didn't come back. I got Irina. We went to look for you. What happened? Where is she? And I think we're all kind of maybe arriving downstairs.
I take a couple steps back from Anastraya, pull out my slingshot and aim it at her face.
You.
I release it.
Oh, shit.
24 to hit. I do my slingshot touch spell and I cast fucking cure wounds on her fucking stupid fucking face.
She takes the hit and then clutches her hands to her face and just kind of collapses to the ground weeping. And so the rest of you are kind of coming out onto the porch of the blue water. You see Winnie, slingshot drawn, standing over Anastraya, who is collapsed on the porch weeping. Dimitri is also just standing there looking apoplectic.
Does it help her face at all?
Healing actually hurts them. But I didn't want to. I didn't want to.
Oh no! Is there anything visible about that?
She's already pretty damaged. Yeah, I think.
Does it get worse, or does she seem visibly injured by that?
It just seems like she recoils.
Then I fall down on my hands and knees and start sobbing.
The time's yours.
What in the gods is going on here? Dimitri!
I don't know.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
What happened?
I got a message from Anastraya. I went out to meet her. She said to meet her alone, and so I did! It's fine. It's fine. It's not your fault. I'm sorry. I'm just upset. I went out to meet her, and Strahd was there. He wanted to take me, and I tried to fight him, and I lost. And he took Irina.
What? No.
He took Irina, and I tried to stop it. I tried to do everything I could.
Where?
Back to the castle! He was gonna take me, he was gonna cut my arm off, because he said that I only needed one to sweep the floors.
Irina is with him now?
Yes, he took her. I couldn't stop him. I really, really tried, and I failed, and I'm stupid!
Dimitri takes off. He goes through the front door of the blue water inside.
I'm chasing after him.
Through the swinging, it's like the cowboy door, you know, you just follow him through. And he's marching across to this table with all these books and stuff, and a lot of his accoutrements set out, and one lone candle. And he makes his way over and he immediately just starts stuffing stuff into a bag.
I'll grab his hand, his wrist.
Take your hand off me!
I'm with you, brother, but we do this together.
Well, we're going, yeah? We're going to the castle now.
We do this the right way.
The right way is to go.
Look.
She is in the hands of that monster.
I know. If we need to go now, I will go with you. But we talk to the group, and we do this the right way.
You do what you want. I'm going.
This is a suicide mission if you go by yourself. I will gladly die by your side, but we talk to the rest of them.
I would rather die than leave her. And
we talk to the rest of them first.
Give me a persuasion check. Or intimidation, since you're using either or.
Basie is your voice. Persuasion Basie or intimidation Basie.
I think it's intimidation.
That was pretty intimidating.
Okay, that's 16.
As we sat down to play tonight, I was trying very quickly to add a drop to the soundboard, but I couldn't do it quickly enough. So I'm just going to do my very best share. Snap out of it!
Amazing.
Oh my god, okay, I love that.
How
when
prophetic.
You do that voice.
I've done like a teeny tiny baby amount of drag, so naturally I can do a share impression.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're like holding him by the wrist. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he just like stares you down for a moment. Yeah! And he like slams his fists onto the table and sends, the candle spills over and all his pens and papers go flying everywhere. Fine, but make it fast.
Come on.
And he turns back. What are the rest of you doing while that happens?
I think, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, but I think Kaz like cuts off a rage before it starts.
What's that like? What's that like?
It's just, I think anyone who sees her is just like, she runs out of the blue water and sees the situation with Winnie and Anastraya and just is so shocked that Anastraya is here in the first place, and then hears that. And I think it just looks like this really tense stillness. It's almost like a sort of sine wave of just like, and she just turns to Winnie and goes, "Are you hurt?"
Yes.
Yeah, she's beat up.
I'm shit at medicine, but I just want to do like a medicine check on her.
Take a medicine check. It's yeah.
Yeah, just a quick
If you take a medicine check, I'll tell you how many hit points I have.
Nope, that's counting that 2, 3.
I think you try, Kat, but your hands are shaking.
Yeah,
And she looks bad. Yeah.
I'm pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Winnie, it's okay.
Kaz starts pacing.
We've worked so hard.
I know.
It's like we're starting all over again.
No, we are not. And you know this, the valley is proof. Let me heal you.
I like you, if you open your arms for like a little girl hug, I like clasp one of your hands and like hold on facing away and like watching Anastraya.
Here's what I'm going to say. He goes to cast a 3rd level Cure Wounds on you. And because of that moment, it ends up being a 1st level Cure Wounds. The energy as it's coming out, just like he feels the hand clasp and you just see him, he almost takes a step back, staggered. And you get 8 points of healing. And he just kind of stands there for a minute and he goes, "This is what he wants. He wants us fractured. We're playing right into his hand." And Drogar just kind of drops to a knee in front of Winnie.
I'm going to walk over and get Anastraya up.
And she's looking with fear at Drogar, and you recall Strahd's last words to her. And when the dragon puts a stake through your heart, remember everything you gave up.
Kaz is walking, pacing, like along the outside of the blue water, just with very like pensive fists thudding against the side wall.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough to like do damage like she ordinarily would, but just doom, doom. Drogar.
Yes, Kaz.
We're not ready to go back there.
No.
And if we did, we'd be playing right into his hand. The Hag's Eye. Morgantha had a way to see into the castle. At the very least, we could know if she's being hurt in there.
Yes.
I say, we try to get some rest. Winnie's really hurt. I still haven't recovered from the frost giants.
None of us have. He's striking us while we're weak.
I say we wait until morning and try to use the Hag's Eye.
Very well. You go.
I'm still holding her hand.
Only, I think now, Drogar, do you see, as you look at her, half of her face seems torn away. There's not, but like half of her face is as you've always seen it, and half is just like bits of flesh clinging to bone.
Who did this to you?
He did. He said he was going to kill my sisters. He told me I had to trick Winnie or he was...
I think Drogar at this moment just kind of shoots a glance to Winnie with just the slightest tinge of like, I told you this was dangerous. I told you this could happen. And just as soon as it's to you, he looks back at her. Oh, stop your whining.
Stop it.
I feel like now, too, like me and Dimitri burst into the scene.
Yeah, sure. Back onto the porch.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? What are we all standing around for? Come on, we need to go.
Oh, Dimitri. That is exactly what he wants, and you know it.
We'll find him. Let's give him what he wants
No.
for once.
No, we can't play his game. This is all a game to him. Our plan doesn't change. There's no need for us to go to his house until we can kill him for real.
The temple,
She's gonna be okay. She said she was gonna be okay. And I have to trust her.
She said that.
She said she would be okay.
And Dimitri comes over and, like, kneels down so he is of a height with you. Tell me what she said.
I, put a hand on his shoulder. The first time she went in there, she told us to keep the hope. That when there's no hope left, he wins. She has it. We better have it in spades. And next time we knock on his door, it'll be the last time. We're not going to waste blood or lives playing his game. We go to the Amber Temple. We cripple him. And when we go back there to the castle, we put him in the ground. And we go home. But you have to be patient. She's been very, very patient. And I fucked this up. But we're gonna be patient. Okay?
You look me in the eyes, young Winnie, and you know you didn't do anything wrong.
I did. But that's okay. Because I trust her. And I look at Anastraya.
I trust her too. Okay, Winnie. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
We're not gonna waste anything.
Okay. You're right. You're right.
We'll do what we can to check on her. Let's get inside.
Well, let's go.
What did he say to you, Anastraya?
What? What do you mean?
The devil.
He said if I didn't help him get Winnie, he would kill my sister. I know that they are not nice people, but they're my sisters. I didn't know what to do.
So you delivered him Winnie, and thus Irina.
Yes, I did. And now you're going to kill me. He said you would.
No, he's not.
But I'm a monster.
No, you're gonna stay with us and we're gonna keep you safe, right? Right?
As long as you're useful. Your sisters will soon learn, too, that there's no one he wouldn't kill for his own advantage, no matter how much he tells them he loves them.
You get an inch away from Anastraya's face, and you see his eyes no longer blue, but like a grayish purple.
I want you to hear me. Know that your soul is only absolved because the child asks of it.
I don't have one to save.
And she collapses to a puddle on the ground.
Up now, child. We're done with that.
If you wish for her to join us, I will not protect her. You may, if you wish, but she will fend for herself.
Why?
Because it's up to her and her alone to prove us wrong.
Will you not give her a chance at redemption?
She made a choice.
The little one seems to forgive her. Will you not?
We will. At least I will. But she has a lot of work to do.
Redemption is hard to earn. And then he'll look her in the eyes. Now let's see if she can earn it.
I will help you. I promise. I know that will not mean anything to you now, but I'm sorry.
Can we have a minute, please? I'm gonna take Anastraya into the kitchen.
Yeah, you do so. And you kind of take her inside. And as you pass into the kitchen, you see Erwin there, kind of rubbing sleep from his, bandaged eyes.
Well, is that you, little jumping bean?
It is.
And I hear more footsteps. Who is it you have with you?
Just
I heard the commotion. Is everything all right?
Yes, it's all right. Erwin, would you just give us the room for a moment? I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt your day.
Of course. Why don't I make you something hot to drink? I will give you a moment and prepare.
And he goes into the back room.
I want to hop up on like the counter, like the prep counter.
You do so.
And then pat next to me.
She crawls up, drawing her knees up to her chest.
That looks bad. Does it hurt? I tried to heal you. It didn't seem like it helped.
No, I'm a monster.
What does help?
It'll come back. It always does.
Do you eat food?
I tried. In the early days, I tried, because I missed it. Tastes like ash.
What is good?
There's only one thing, and I don't want it here. I'm sorry, Winnie. I got your friend hurt.
I know.
The princess is now
She'll be
where I should be.
She'll be fine. Right?
She's all he ever talks about.
She'll be fine then.
I don't think he would hurt her. I don't think he loves her. Volanta is so jealous. Volanta wanted her head on a mantelpiece. And Ludmilla does not care, but she just wants the business sorted. I just thought it was a game. But he won't let anything happen to her. He won't. He's still master in this house, and he's all she is all he ever talks about. He would not harm her.
On the porch.
It was not the time. It was not the place. We were vulnerable.
We've been vulnerable this whole time, Drogar.
Oh, Kaz!
Don't try to tell me.
She's flirting with the enemy! I don't care that she's a friend! I don't care that she showed a weak spot! She's infiltrated our ranks! And she's exploited our weakness!
Drogar, you know I value your wisdom and your friendship above almost everything. But if you call Winnie our weakness ever again, you cannot count on my strength. Take a breath. Get some sleep. We'll deal with this in the morning. Remember the mountain, Drogar. I need you to get a hold of yourself. I'm asking as a friend. We are where we are. We are where he wants us to be. But if we play his game, we will stay here. Look at me! Help us get out of this. Your anger is your greatest strength and your greatest weakness. Use it when the time is right, and only then.
She is right, Drogar. Point your anger at the castle, not at Winnie. Not at that girl. Cannot fight ourselves. Now is the time we need to double down on our trust in each other, not be calling question. I share your anger and your disappointment, but it's not gonna get Irina back.
He has what he wants. It's her. He's not gonna throw that away. He wants us to do that for him.
And now we have one of his queens. We can turn this around.
He cares not for her, Olaf.
Yes, but she has knowledge and she has strength. And now, she may fight as one of us. We can turn this into an advantage. And that opportunity is because the little one broke through. She would not be here if it was not for Winnie. Yes, Irina's gone. But we will get her back. You got her back once, and we will do it again.
I think I'm going to sleep in the church tonight.
Good.
I'll see you all in the morning.
We should all get some rest. We'll do no more tonight. First light. We answer back. It is always darkest before the dawn. Do not take this for an end. This means we are closer than ever. He would not have relied to such a desperate measure if he did not think we were close, if he was not scared. This is a show of how close we are, not how far we have fallen.
what's it like, Drogar walking through the streets on this dark night of the soul?
I think there's just this real battle within Drogar at this moment where there's this abyssal voice in his head that is just like,
You knew. You saw it coming and they wouldn't listen.
no. She was used, she was an instrument, it was not her idea.
But he chose the weakest. He set the pieces and they fell into place.
Stop it!
I have kept you at bay long enough. You will not crack me now.
No, this is what he wants. He wants division in the ranks. He will not get it. And I think he turns around and looks toward the door of the church, and
Yeah, you find yourself before it, not even realizing.
No, nobody's there, and nothing's
there.
there, and it's like, please, dear, guide me. I've weakened the veil. I need your help.
Drogar, roll a wisdom saving throw.
21.
You make your way inside the church and describe to me, making your way there's no one inside.
Yeah, I think he's already halfway down the pews as he turns around as the voices stop, and he looks towards the door, and he sees it open just a crack. He didn't close it all the way, so it's open just a little crack.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at that point, as he's halfway down the pews, he just he walks up to the altar, and that's where he's just hand on his mace, and he's just saying those things. He's like, I need your guidance.
So you're stood before the statue of the Morning Lord. And all of a sudden, the doors at the far end at the back, the front doors that you walked through, just like they did when you fought the Slod on Winnie's birthday, they swing open. And a gush of wind comes in. And then you just hear a little dunk, 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 like wood clattering on the ground. You get up and you kind of investigate the altar, and you see a mason's hammer. You maybe even recognize it, like one of Milivage's old tools when he was working at the church.
Yep.
It falls, and it points towards a room off to the side. Like the handle, as it falls, it was leaned up against the altar, and it kind of points off to a room to the side, like back towards the rectory.
Drogar will stand up and go toward the rectory. He'll go back toward that room. I think he'll pick up the hammer too, kind of turning it in his hands.
You find a small room lit with all of the sort of sacramental objects that you would need for rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Laid out, finally maintained now by the new leader of the church, the former wife of the burgomaster, whom you know. And in the back, there are altars to smaller gods. You know the temple is committed to the Morning Lord, but as you go back, there are smaller altars, which is pretty common. All gods fall under one roof. And as you go back into that room, you're kind of pacing through all of these minute statues, and on one end of the wall, suddenly, it's still totally dark back here, but then all of a sudden, a candle alights and just flickers in the far corner of the room, and it illuminates a shield, just an old, beat down, run down, worse for wear kind of thing. Maybe once must have been fine, but the edges are chipped and it's tarnished and rusting all over, and it's just leaned up against the wall.
I'll go investigate the shield and.
Mm-hmm. As you lift this shield and you pick it up and a little curtain of dust kind of falls off. And as you move it to the side, you see a small idol, the symbol of Tyr, the scale resting on top of the hammer. It might have been it might have just been traded by some passer. Who knows? It might have just been traded by a passerby. Who knows how old this could be? But here, in the night, in the back of this church, you find a symbol of your god, which you have not seen since you were swept away to this place. As you pick up this shield and this symbol, the symbol of the god is resting in a basket with not only all of the incense that you requested earlier, but more incense and a vial of holy water so that you can effectively cast commune as a ritual.
Yes.
Stowed away in the back of the church.
Yes. Do it.
All right. DM, if you will allow me.
Yeah.
He is risen. He lives out.
He is risen.
Drogar would like to expend 2 level 3 spell slots.
You don't even need to. You can just cast it as a ritual, so you don't even need to use a spell slot.
Right.
So you have all the stuff you need.
All right.
Just slapdashedly cast into this basket in the back of the storage room of the church is everything you need.
I need to look up the casting time real quick.
It's a minute, so it'll take 10 minutes. It'll take technically 11 minutes for you to do it.
Drogar begins to do so. Drogar takes the holy water, dashes it in the symbol of Tyr, puts the idol in the dead center, takes one of the incense, waves it around, places his shield down, puts the mace on top, and just, kneeling on his knees before it.
And we've done this before, so you contact your deity and you can ask 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. And then when we did this before, what did we say? It was like pointing towards. You saw your gaze was drawn to lamps.
Lights, yeah.
Yeah.
2 lights were yes, 1 was no.
Yeah.
Or maybe the other way around.
Yeah. No, it was 1 was yes, 2 was no.
Ask really smart questions like I did.
Who has the fattest booty in the land?
It has to be yes or no question.
Does Kaz have the fattest booty in the land?
Yes.
But as you...
Waste of a question. Everyone knows that.
But as you go about this ritual, Drogar, I think... How do you feel setting about this ritual? Does it bring you any comfort, or does it leave you feeling even more lost?
It's a loaded fucking question.
Well, or whatever it may be.
I think Drogar, like an AA member who is 6 days sober, is going to the thing that he knows is just the written, rote way to do things. I think he is going forward and he is going, I just need answers right now.
Can the devil girl be trusted? Do we have time to accomplish all our tasks set before us? Is all hope lost?
For the first, can the devil girl be trusted? You again feel a little rush of wind. The candlelight blows towards you. And you feel suddenly the sensation of a hand on your shoulder. You look, and it's Terraphil, with a warm smile looking down at you.
Brother, were you not once lost to the dark? What if we had given up on you?
To the second, do we have time? Venna comes. Time is what we make of it. That's for you to decide, my friend. And to the third, is all hope lost? Artie. What do you say?
Oh.
Is all hope lost, Artie? Is all hope lost, Artie?
As long as there's breath in your lungs, all hope is never lost.
And as these figures fade again, the candle, and you are left holding that symbol in your hand, and it has warmed to the touch.
Very well. Long rest?
Anything else for the evening?
I think the only thing,
yes.
Once Winnie and Australia are done with their conversation, and I'm assuming they come out into the, where are we all?
We were in the kitchen, and we would just come back out into the
bar area,
the lobby or whatever. Yeah. So when that happens, Olaf comes down Australia, and he puts his hand out and he goes, "The little one trusts you, so I will too."
She holds her hand out very gently. You really do?
I put my faith in my friends.
I don't think I've ever had friends.
Well, that's about to change.
She reaches her hand out and takes yours.
I guess it's time to get a little rest.
The night passes. A rough one. You wake in the morning, Winnie, in Irina's big bed, alone. I just think, like, the window is open a crack and I just see, like, her hair rustling a little bit as a breeze comes through, and you're just staring at this empty half of the bed.
Yeah, I think it's the sun rises as much as it does in Barovia, and I'm sort of sitting up with the covers just over my legs, staring forward as the light comes up over my face.
Great. Yeah, that's great. And as it continues to rise, the mind's eye moves from you to the corner of the room where Anastraya is sat, arms wrapped around her legs, sat upside down, like in the corner of the room, staring into nowhere.
I don't know what to do now.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't feel like I should leave you here. That feels dangerous for you and everybody. But I'm scared to bring you along. I don't really know what to do.
I could go. I could wander.
No, don't wander. We're not coming back here before we go to the Ember Temple, and you can't go there.
Why not?
Because I think it's gonna be hard and horrible.
I want to try to make up for what happened. Maybe I could stay with you, but away from you.
Is that safe for you? What if somebody sees you?
I am good at not being seen, unless I want to be.
Is that bad for you to be alone right now? I wouldn't want to be alone right now.
Why are you even concerned with me?
Because I'm concerned with you.
I betrayed you. I got your friend taken. Don't you want to harm me? Don't you want to hurt me?
No, of course not. That's how we ended up in this mess in the first place. I just care about you. I like you. But I am mad at you. But that's fine.
I suppose you can do both.
Yes, you can. So you want to come, but keep a distance and watch out?
I will remain unseen.
Okay. Be safe. I trust you. Don't get hurt. I'm serious.
She kind of like climbs down the wall and slithers across the floor to the open window, and she kind of like hops up onto the window ledge, a hand on each pane, and she looks back at you and she says, How? How can you still trust me when I betrayed you so?
We're all in the mist.
And you look back over at the windowsill and she's gone. It is a gray dawn that breaks this morning on Vallaki. News of the princess's recapture spreads like wildfire, both through the refugees who accompanied you to the city yesterday and to the citizens of Vallaki who had come to know Irina as if she were their own. The faces that yesterday were tinted with bright hope for a future they could just begin to feel inside their hands are now dampened and dour as they break camp and make preparations to set off to Argynvost Holt. Hopefully, what could be a new home. The Alliance of the Silver Bow Council lines up outside the Blue Water to see you at your see you go and send you off in fashion, knowing this is perhaps one of the last times you'll be back in Vallaki before it's time to really take the fight to Strahd. A long, silent but fully spoken embrace, with Kaz and Zarya bidding you farewell till next you should meet.
Can Drogar ask Danica for 2 separate horses?
Sure.
Me and Olaf.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I think. Oh, yeah.
That
of course. Yeah.
The rest of them can take the wagon and Desi.
Sure. Yeah. So y'all want to take you'll be with the wagon and you two can take 2 horses.
I have a reason for that.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. That can be accommodated.
It's so that he can do a Red Dead Redemption 2 cutscene.
So I can run right into a tree and fly off.
We're going to look so goofy, a giant dragonborn and this giant redheaded dude just on these little horses.
Yeah, actually, I think all that is available is mules. No, I'm kidding.
Even better.
This is preposterous.
Drogar's legs are so long he can kind of walk alongside.
like
I'm not even actually riding.
Push me.
Push me around some.
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think we stick to our plan. We ended last evening, ready to move, to strike back at Strahd for this grave injustice done. Dimitri is also packed up and gives you all a lachrymose wave and takes off into the air as a raven to meet you at your designated places.
I think as the gates come up, I think you see Drogar and he kind of rears around on the steed, like whoever is there in the square waiting as the wagon is getting ready to take off.
Mm-hmm.
Keep halt, everyone! One small loss does not determine the war. Ha!
We set off, and I think the mind's eye like zooms out of Vallaki, and we get this sweeping picture of the valley for a moment. The ice-crusted peaks of Mount Baratok and Mount Gaucus, the valley covered in dark green forest, bare Yester Hill far to the west, the floodplain of Barovia far to the east, and in between Vallaki, the beating heart that you have helped rejuvenate. And as we zoom back in, we head towards Krezk, which we have not visited in quite some time. As you come around the bend, you see the walled city, the canopy of trees coming out over the stone walls, belying the forest dwelling the rangers of Krevkost have cultivated inside. And as looming and engaging as it was the last time, the Abbey of St. Markovia, high up on the mountainside. Probably can't quite catch advantage of the werewolf cave from where you are, but you know in the mountains, stretching out behind the Abbey, climbing ever upward, the den lies therein somewhere. So you're in the wagon, Kaz presumably driving, trotting along. Winnie, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I'm sitting next to Kaz. Mm-hmm. I think I'm riding passenger seat, just like with my hands like between my knees.
A sparrow flits by and lands on your shoulder, Pasha coming to settle, and he kind of like hops a few times on back and forth on your shoulder.
I'll hold a little hand out for him to...
Yeah, he flutters up and lands on your palm.
What's up?
Oh, I wonder even... Yeah, you hear his voice in your head, I think, maybe.
Oh, cool.
Casting Speak with Animals upon you.
Are you okay?
I'm okay, Pasha.
We're gonna get her back.
We have to.
I know. I'm sorry I wasn't there to help.
It's okay, Pasha. You couldn't have done anything. Nobody could have done anything different. Except for me.
You didn't do anything wrong. Strahd did something wrong.
I know. It's okay, Pasha. I'm okay.
I know you are. Even if you aren't.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
I just, smile sadly at him a little bit and then put him in my hair.
So, arriving at the gates of Krezk, you stand there and you see two sentinels overlooking the approach to the gate. As you come, you bring the cart to a halt outside of the gates. Desi Knickers coming to a halt. And the two shout down to you, "Oh, who goes there?"
I think a sort of long pause passes by as Kaz is seemingly waiting for something and just looking up at them, and then she goes,
"Oh, right. I'm realizing Drogar usually does the talking."
I know. I was just thinking. I think it has to be you. You're louder.
Okay. Hi. I'm Kaz. You guys remember me, right? This is Winnie.
Hi.
Oh, but of course, the Heralds of the Dawn. Vulcan has been awaiting you. Hold on.
Heralds of the Dawn.
Yeah. Wait. Hold on. Let me try it again. All right.
We'll do it together.
All right. Let me try to think like Drogar.
Oh, I really hope they're doing all right.
It's going to be difficult them getting into the gate without us. I usually do all the talking myself.
Oh, this old back of mine.
I forgot other people used to listen to him. This is going to be a long trip.
Hurry, Olaf! We're losing daylight! Ha!
All right. Oh, the Heralds of the Dawn. Yes, Vulcan has been expecting you. Open the gate! Open the gate! Okay! As the gate opens wide, you see on the crankshaft on the opposite end of the gate, you see the smiling, slobbery maw, dog-like visage of Otto beaming brilliantly as he, feverishly cranks the lever opening the gate.
I start standing up in my passenger seat and kind of on my knees, crawling around so that I can wave at Otto.
He takes a hand off to wave, but then the lever starts going back.
Oh shoot! It's okay.
And he's and the gate starts going down for a second, but he finds
like a fucking Looney Tunes.
He rights himself and then works back into it.
He's holding with one hand and he starts flying around with the.
Yeah. Thank you, Otto.
You're welcome. Are you going to the Abbey?
We're going to go to the library.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Good to see you, Otto.
And
you see him let go of the lever when the gate comes like crashing down, and the two on the top are like, whoa, and he starts sprinting off into the distance.
Something about Otto's appearance, it's like I will start crying instantly. Like whenever Otto shows up.
What a sweet, derpy, dumb
He opens the door. It's what he does. So you pull the cart into Kreskov, and as a reminder, inside it's like going into Central Park inside the city. There are trees arrayed in neat rows with houses sort of built between them, either amongst the branches or settled in the ground beneath. And you can see like wild hares and maybe even a deer go by.
So cool.
Yeah. As you make your way into the forested city, and you kind of come around a bend, and you see, recognizing him, even though it's been quite some time since you've been back here, you see Vulcan Kreskov, the burgomaster of Kresk, who you met last you were here. As you kind of come around and settle the cart to a standstill, he says, "Well, I'll be. Didn't know if we were ever going to see you celebrity taps around these humble parts ever again. Welcome to Kreskov."
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
It's nice to have you back. What is your business here? I was forewarned of your coming. I assume you're off to the Abbey?
Yes. We came here to do some research. Oh, God, that sounds so weird coming out of my mouth.
Oh, yeah, wow.
We came here because the last time we came, we went to the library, but we were looking for one thing in particular, which we found, but I think there's maybe some more helpful information in there for us.
Well, if I know anything about libraries, there is always a lot of information, though helpful or no, I'll leave you to be the judge.
Is Esmeralda still here?
Ah, indeed, your old friend. She's been a regular at the library ever since your departure. I imagine you'll find her there if that's where you're headed.
Oh, good. She can be helpful, I bet.
Probably. She, at this point, most likely knows it better than anyone.
Very good. Well, I'll see you up there, shall I?
Thank you.
Then he takes Desi's reins and walks alongside the cart as leading you through the city.
Cool.
Gives Desi a few kind of gentle pats down the nose, speaking softly, and then begins to lead her through the city.
I gotta thank you. You did a real service for us, and not just to rid the Abbey of that lunatic. I mean, all these little buggers.
And he kind of thumbs, and as you move through the city, you see them, the mongrel folk everywhere, about various bits, maybe some are doing laundry in the wash. You see maybe one cramped at a cook fire. You see, just about business.
I'll admit, at first, it was a bit of an adjustment. I mean, they aren't all quite as personable as old Othro there, but I'll be damned if they haven't been proper helpful. Give them time to find their trade, and once they have, you'll never find someone to do it better. There's a spider-headed one with bat wings. Marinza, I think, is her name. Yeah, she can string a bow better than an elf, I'll tell you. But I ramble. Again, we've been forewarned of your coming. A raven came. I'm eager to see you up there. All goes well with the rebellion, I hope.
With the rebellion at large, yes. Not without its setbacks.
Indeed. Well, that's what war is, as they say. No battle plan survives first contact with the enemy.
Right. You seem much better.
Aye. Well, having these folks around, I don't know, it's done something, revitalized something in this place. Suddenly, with all of these helpers about, we've been operating even better than we ever have before. They're a right trick at gardening, or whatever else it is they set their minds to,
Are they okay? Are they happy? Do they have a place to live? And
Oh, aye, indeed. Many of them, many folks here in the city have taken them up as residents, perchance. The ones that haven't, they like to, keep to themselves oftentimes. They have a little section of the city we've set up nice and cozy for them. But they've integrated rather well, all things told.
Good. Thank you.
And so you carry on up the path up to the Abbey, up the sort of frosty switchback trail, which get up the mountainside to get you to the Abbey. You arrive, so just as he's finishing kind of regaling you of the stories of how the Kreskovan Rangers and the mongrel folk have integrated and learned to get along with each other, when you arrive at the gates. All right, I must be about my business. I've still burgomastering to do, but it is good to see you.
Yes, you as well. Thank you so much for such a warm welcome.
Indeed. Oh, and just to say, I'm sorry about your friend. News travels a little bit faster through the valley than it used to. Artemis was a proper woodsman.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, good hunting. And he turns to make his way back down the path.
Up we go, I guess.
Up we go. Are we still riding?
Yeah, kind of riding through the main gates of the abbey into the courtyard. You know where the library is. You know this is familiar ground. Yeah, it's the first time you've seen it since it was inhabited by the abbot themselves. Anything? What's it like being back in this place where the last time you were here was such a ride?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a little strange. Like, I think it doesn't really hit Kaz until they're making their way up, and she just remembers what it was like not knowing anything and just coming into this place.
Sure.
We've only been there twice, so it's like the first time.
Barovia was still a real mystery then.
Yeah, a lot of it, and
it was still the Wild West kind of at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, going up, I think she is remembering everything she felt, all the apprehension, all the unknowns going. And all of the hope, too. Like, we really thought that the abbot might be able to help us.
Yeah. Will you make your way inside? It seems like it hasn't really been re-inhabited yet. Perhaps still a little too much, too many bad memories to make a go of making it something again. But you make your way through without much hassle and come to the library, which is as resplendent as you last remembered it. Shelves upon shelves upon shelves of knowledge deposited here. A vast library collected by St. Markovia in the hopes of keeping the knowledge of the valley alive, even through Strahd's transgressions. What would you like to do? You walk between its musty stacks.
Anyone here?
Here.
Esmeralda? Huh. Thought she'd be here.
Maybe she will jump down from the ceiling and spook us.
Maybe.
If we stand in the right place.
I don't know. I don't really think I'm her type.
That's true.
The air is suddenly cut by a peculiar sound. You hear a click clack, sting, click clack, sting, click clack, sting of a heeled shoe and her mechanical leg echoing on the marble floors, on the stone floors of the abbey through the air.
That'll be a fun one for editing, Kay.
Yeah, you got that. You got that, Kay.
Good luck.
Click clack, sing.
Good luck, bitch. Ain't my problem.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I went to Kresk. I made a mistake.
There'll be time. She appears like right behind you and puts a hand on each of your shoulders. Yeah, right. She like one. She's reaching up for one and reaching down for the other. You just both feel a hand on your shoulder at the same time. Yeah.
You know, I had hoped that in all the time you have been away, gallivanting about and saving the valley, you would have learned to be a little more stealthy. I suppose this is a great round of victory for you, far be it from me to tell you how to do your business. It is good to see you both again. It has been quite some time.
And as you turn, she's standing there, sort of resplendent in this like finely etched, long red silken cloak. Her hair in tight, glossy curls spilling down over her shoulders and down her back with a red sash across her forehead. Axe and rapier both at each hip. And that mechanical leg, you could just see like the gears whirring in it like a big grandfather clock as she makes her way over.
This is good. This is very good. So I take it as you have returned, it is time. We go to the temple, yes?
Well,
Almost.
yes, promptly. And we've come here for a last bit of research.
Information is what you seek.
That's what we seek. We were looking for something different last time, but now it's anything you have about the Amber Temple, about any of the evil spirits therein, anything about the wizards that put them there, just anything you've got that could help us have an upper hand.
Yes. Well, since you have been gone, I have been combing the stacks of the library for any mention of the temple whatsoever. It has been a painstaking process, and I have not discovered much.
Several books mention it, but not anything more than the history, which you surely are already to know. But I have found a few interesting pieces of information. Would you like to hear?
Oh, yes, please.
Well, as to the wizards, the temple was built about over 2,000 years ago by a conclave of good-aligned wizards, hoping to keep them held at bay. The temple is dedicated to the Keeper of Secrets, which explains the difficulty in ascertaining any information about it. But this
Keeper
is...
of Secrets. And was that a person, a position, a creature?
Oh no, a god.
A god?
Yes, indeed. Keeper of Secrets, whose name is so secret, I don't even know it. This is a jest.
Oh.
Come on, keep up, young Winnie, keep up.
Okay.
Sorry, between the fact that I don't like libraries and that this place has a lot of memories, I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted. But at least we have you here. I was really hoping I didn't have to open any books.
I have opened almost everyone in the library if it helps suit.
It does. Yeah, that's good to hear.
But perhaps I come on too strongly. Being raised the way I was, pleasantries were not necessarily instilled as a core virtue of me. Action, concision, precipitation, these were the things that drove me. Not, hey, how do you do? But forgive me, it is good to see you both again.
I'm not really much one for small talk either, so honestly, it's a little refreshing.
It suits then. Shall we be about it then?
But that said, it is good to see you too.
Yes, indeed.
Did you hear about Artie?
Yes. I heard we lost him.
Yeah.
He seemed a good sort.
He left you a note. Did you get it? I don't remember what was in it, but Artie left her a note.
Yeah.
Before we left.
I think it was like pretty simple. It was like, we're going to go do stuff. Hopefully I'll see you soon kind of thing.
Deep cuts right to the heart.
Yeah.
That was terribly devastating.
Yeah.
Jesus, Murphy.
See you in a few days. Can't wait.
Okay, great.
I'm 2 days from
We'll pick up where we left.
Why don't you just hop on the Titanic while you're at it,
2 days from retirement. I'll finally take you on that trip I've been telling you about.
Yeah.
Oh, gee whiz.
She snaps shut the book she was holding. She's been holding this book with like extra pages of like notes she scribbled and a quill like tucked into the margin. She snaps it shut and walks back over to another table that you can see she has scrolls spread out across. Several candles with the wax melted completely over the top of whatever candlestick may have been there. Opens up a drawer, pulls it out, and said, yes, well, I never leave a missive to waste. It's a pity. I am sorry for your loss.
He liked you a lot, for what it's worth.
I could tell.
Yeah.
Made quite an impression on him with that.
It tends to. It tends to.
She tosses her hair.
I'm sorry, Esmeralda. I apologize. I don't feel particularly personable today either. There have been a couple of other losses and confusions on our side. But very grateful for your help and very good to see you.
She click-clack, zing, click-clack, zing, click-clack, zing. Kay's giving me the eyes. You don't have to do the sound effect. I'm doing it.
At this point, do it as much as you want, because once I figured out, it's just copy-paste.
Yeah! Click-clack, zing.
That's the name of the episode.
Click, clack,
Put that on my soundboard.
Uh-huh.
Once I design it.
You know the click clack like a high heel down a school hallway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She walks over to you and kneels down. You can hear the whirring of her leg as she like kneels down, and she puts a hand on your shoulder. Brave little one. I don't ever want you to pretend you're anything but what you are. This is what makes you strong. To pretend you are else robs you of your power and hands it to your enemy. Be what you are. What you are is magnificent.
Okay. Thanks.
She bops you on the nose as she stands back up and strides back over. Now, much to business. This is where things get really interesting. And she opens the book up again. It is only in passing. It is an accounting of a noble family, one of which's claim to fame was a private tutoring session with one of the wizards of the temple millennia ago. It makes reference of a ritual of sealing that the wizards used to imprison these evil vestiges trapped there. Though the specifics of this ritual and in what they are sealed remains a mystery to me. But it is a clue as to the methodology of their capture.
Ritual of sealing.
Yes, indeed. So we know there is some magical way, some ritual to be performed to seal these creatures inside their prison. It is not just simple locks and bars. They are magically imprisoned somehow.
Do you bet that was what was put on the temple originally? And then what would have to go wrong for that seal to be broken? Because we know that some of them started reaching out and one of them reached Strahd.
This comes to the center of the question. Sharp young mind. This is the answer to the question you ask is the reason all of this has happened. Whatever caused these creatures to escape is what led to the downfall of the wizards and the paladins of the dragon, to Strahd's coming here, and to his current indictment as the dictator of these lands. If we can figure out how they escaped and put a stop to it, we may stop a second Strahd from ever rising again.
Okay, I would like that a lot.
One more thing. An accounting of a traveling merchant coming through, having delivered a supply of goods to the wizards at the temple. He talks of monsters of the road and describes a latent desire for the guardians sealed deep within the temple. If he had one of those, he would never fear for wolves on the road, for if it is strong enough to do battle with the monstrosities inside the temple, surely it would serve to keep his caravan safe. This is not the important part, but the thing is, there's something in there the wizards used as some sort of final security measure against the monsters inside. If it is still operational, it could be useful in facing whatever horrors lie within.
Oh my. So a ritual, a magic seal, and a guardian or guardians. Something in there as a last defense if the creatures try to get out?
I believe that was the inclination, although, as we can see, it did not work.
Do you think then that it's still in there? Or was it defeated?
Hard to say. But if it was, this is on the gossip of a traveling merchant, but if it was strong enough to contest, perhaps they exist in some sort of perpetual limbo in there even to this day. We will not know until we pierce its environs.
Kaz, I'm having a thought. We have seen something before that guarded Dimitri's tower.
We have. I remember.
They were made of amber.
Those tiny little things?
Maybe they could be bigger, crazier things. I don't know. That's the first thing that comes to mind for me.
Yeah.
Guardians.
Sure, that's what they were. And made of amber at that.
Don't know, but thinking. Okay, go ahead.
This is the best I have been able to assign thus far, but helpful information should we enter the place, no?
Yes.
Anything's helpful.
Plus, you didn't have to spend years combing through all these texts to find it, so.
Again, can't thank you enough.
Yes.
Well, I figured you would be in need of haste at this time.
We are, thank you. Is that what you have? That's what is available here?
What I have been able to find so far, under the watchful gaze of Saint Markovia. I catch her looking at me every once in a while, and she looks up at the big statue in the center of the hall of this young woman, sword and book held aloft. I think she's pleased.
Yeah.
Someone is here, learning this. That's what she wanted, after all.
I wonder, is there something of St. Markovia's that we could take with us? Just another little piece of protection.
She did have a relic present in the valley, wielded by the abbot himself, although unfortunately I believe it was lost in the battle, or you used it in a ritual, I think? In the crafting of some weapon?
Oh, yes. Oh, sure. Well, we promised it was really put to good use.
I doubt it not. I doubt it not. Other than that, the last gifts she had to give, you have already received. The knowledge inside of Strahd's tome, and hope for the future.
Yes.
And me.
And you.
I like to think maybe she brought us girls together, huh?
I like that.
What else do we need?
Anything else you need, Cass? It was your idea. It was a good one.
No, I think that's about everything. If you find anything else, be sure to let us know.
Let you know. I'm coming with you.
You are?
You are?
You think I have spent all this time, and I am in this good shape, not to go and seek this place I have been investigating for... I can't even remember how long.
Oh, don't let me stop you. Just pleasantly surprised.
You couldn't if you tried.
I won't.
And she makes her way over to a desk. She picks up swoops a rapier up into the air, catches it, slides it down into her sheath, and says, "Well, what are we waiting for?"
The Strahdcast features Campbell O'Hare as Winnie, Kay Devine-Jones as Kaz, Ned Iannacone as Drogar, Tyler Kanter as Olaf, and me, Trevor William Fayle, as your DM.
1, 2, 3 patrons.
Special shout out to our newest patrons, Miranda, Faye Vagabond, and Richard. Welcome to the party.
If you're not ready to support us financially, there are still plenty of ways to help us out. You can follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram at Critical Fail DM, binge Madness and Mercy on our YouTube channel, and join us there every other Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time when we do live listens of new episodes of the Strahdcast. Or rate and leave us a review wherever you like to listen. Thanks, Dungeoneers, and take your day with advantage.
I cried so much last night in the new episode of The Last of Us, and you're gonna hit me with that? What now? Are you gonna sing Future Days?